What's up, Go enthusiasts? It's been a busy day. I'm back to solve the rest of this chapter of the Choyu Life and Death. We have 5 problems to go. They're going to be quite difficult. I have about an hour, a little over an hour, to solve them. Some nice calm music coming. Let's use this. Okay, there we go. Okay. We have black to play. This looks like a tough one. There's an eye-shaped vital point here, open eye space here, and all the way over here. Because there's so much potential to reduce this one, it's very unlikely that you should directly use it like this. It's a almost certainly not working move. But it could be useful later if the things settle down. For the most part, you should expect to reduce sort of normally there. Okay, let's look at this move, which is the standout, obvious first move in my book. If we play at L18, and then white pushes through at L17, if we fall back at K18, and they push, then we can block, and then there's no problem. And if they hane, we can cut, there's no problem. So we can fall back there. And then if they block at M18 there afterwards, it's one of these problems. They're so difficult for me. This is my worst genre when we're figuring out how to interact with this. Basically, if this settles down and is stable, it's a really easy kill. After L18, M18, and you just play, let's say you just play push here and O18, then, yeah, I mean, great, right? If we can get it. And if they play like here and we play here, it's obviously dead. But they're going to play this one, and then we have to play this one. And then they're going to use the topside space there. And yeah, because they get the push here, which we have to answer, and the hane here, then that combined with the block at, what is that? Yeah, it's going to be block at R19 there, right? Yeah. Yeah, that's going to work, because if you play to P19, then they play N19, and it's Seki, and if you play N19, it's going to be them playing it at P19, and it's impossible to connect back because they can Atari S, and there's a short liberty going on there. So that's a shame. So it means if you use this one and they push and block here, yeah, they're gonna get the hane here as well, and because of that, we cannot play just simply push and throw in. And if you just play like push and immediately reduce, of course it's not working. So it's got to be something more like reduce first, but that also looks pretty sus. Maybe the most viable of the ones that you've seen so far. So if you reduce first and wait, does this one? That's got to be the most normal choice for white. You could actually throw in directly, right? Because if white gets the outside and gets 2 moves on the outside, there's still no way that 2 moves is enough to live. So they'd have to connect here. And then you could play hane. And that would be throw in and throw in. Oh, but we don't have the outside liberty, so it's not quite gonna work. So actually that is not enough reduction then, if we can't get in there. Can we like never get in there? Yeah, we can never get in there. Okay, so that's not enough. So it means that after L18, M18, this one, O18, white is alive. So I'm almost entirely sure L18 is still the move to play first, but as I said, it's so tricky for me what to play first. I often struggle this moment. Maybe you need to O18 without having exchanged the outside move first. Because then, let's say O18, then if they play P17 directly, we haven't chosen yet. So we can choose R18, and then they die. And if they play R18 first, then we don't have to choose the wrong one. We can choose a better move. So, oh, it's still tricky. But you would try to play O18 first, I guess, in that case. That is so tough. So tough to read. Gosh. Wait. I have a wrong reading in my head. It's there. Fail. There. I don't know. It seems like after L18, M18, O18, R18, there should be something, but I don't see it. After Hane, simple cut, easily alive. And after push and simple connect, easily alive. And after Hane here, then this one, and it should still be alive. Because, yeah, if they play the outside, wait, no. After this one, then outside is actually dead. Wait. That's my chance. No, it isn't. After this one, play the outside, while it plays here. You play reduction. It is dead, yeah. Okay, give me a second there. So L18, M18, O18, R18, R19, P18 dead, so P17. Then we can play P16 first. They have to play R16. And we're so close to making something happen there with the shortage. But it's really tough to short the outside liberties of the other side. Wait, is it possible to just reduce farther by playing the P17 thing first? That's kind of crazy. L18, M18, O18, R18, P17 first. They block, and then... No, we don't get a chance. There's too many outside liberties. We don't get a chance. That's too crazy. It's not working. What weakness to target to him? There's no way it's something like L18, M18, Q19. It just doesn't seem harsh enough. Right? There's no way. Like the only harsh enough move is O18. I'm sure it's L18, M18, O18. But after R18, I'm stuck. I don't know any. I can't find any move. Can it be like N18, N19 first, and then force the push, Hane, outside treatment, and say if you dare do it, then I'll Hane you first, and then sweep under, and then I can make the squeeze, but unfortunately it doesn't work. Yeah, I don't know. I'm going next. This one is only 1 Dan plus. Okay, so there's going to be some reading tricks along the most common way, I guess. Oh, but this one looks like a common method, doesn't it? Where you can just capture and then connect. My understanding was that those do not work. So if you do it like that, and then white plays one, you play here, and white plays the other, and you play here, and then either way, then you fix the other. No, this one is easy, actually, genuinely. What happens if they choose one side? Then we can choose one side as well. Oh, but then it can be trouble. So if they choose one side, we have to still hit the vital point, but afterwards it's fine. What if they choose one side this way? Then we can Atari, and then they choose one side the other way, but it doesn't work. If they connect, it's super not working. Okay, this one is so basic that I'm just going to do it right now. And here, you can just do that, and here, I don't need the weight to confirm that one. Alright, black to play. This is in a completely different realm to the last one. By far the most tempting thing to look at is the open eye space here. The cutting here really matters. The Shorter Liberties over there really, really, really matters. And there's some amount of cut and Shorter Liberties stuff going on here, but this is the critical part, I'm sure. So simply extending like this is like your most basic move. After which, if they fall back that way, then playing this one is your next most basic move. But then they can play here, and they're guaranteed their eye here, and this eye is also capturable. So it's not, so here, here, here is not working after that one. So here, here, the eye shape was critical at that moment. But if they connect after you take their eye shape directly, then you play here. As long as they can manage to make this Sente, which they could in that sequence by playing here and then Atari. This one Sente is going to doom you to the bottom side. Because they make an eye. So that's not working. So it looks like after here and here, both these two moves don't work. And therefore, I'm ready to give up, I think, on the first move here. That should not be the right answer. We should have to do something a bit more intense to the Liberties. What if we play here? Then if they fall back like this, if we just connect, they play here. It looks like that's supposed to be a failure. You would have to... Yeah. Eventually you would have to get in here, and then they would make the second eye. So here and turn, only we can extend, That's the only move. Then if they cut, we need to extend again. And then connect. They play here. So connect means they're aiming at an eye over here. Wait. They don't need to even do anything, do they? So yeah. Here, here, here. Cut. If you extend, then they play this one. That's the correct way. Then if you do that one, they will just take this directly. And there's no way to short them in time to prevent them from murdering. And so they're alive. And if you play on this side, then they will play their eye, and there's no way again to stop them. So it looks like Hane and here they're alive, and Hane, Hane here they're alive, and Hane here they're alive as well. Looking at this move, if they block, they should be safe. Because it made the shape really efficient over here. So I'm not sure if I should even read it. I think the better move is to read this one. This is the better candidate first. Let's try. So after here, and they turn back, and we save, and they block, and we must throw in. And they Atari, and we must connect. They make the other eye, and we throw in here. And they answer, and we do that one. And we throw in again, they die. It's the most basic variation. What was the last moment where we could do something different? Probably back here. Was there a time where white could cover the Atari by threatening an eye? I think so. Yes, there was. White could use this. So there, quickly that way. Ooh, but then, it was not that simple. Black could threaten to short it the other way, and then say, if only black had one more stone out here, it would die. But it's not, unfortunately. There's no shortage there. So that would actually be a very amusing way to eventually live for white. Darn. That's really unfortunate. So you could get the ko, right? Where if you do that all the way, it would be working. Okay, so you can get a ko. So the ko that I read is that after this one, here, throw in, here, throw in, and white answer, and then Atari. White should respond with the ko this way. Otherwise, they're going to die by black, getting rid of the other iron thing there. I think ko would be a lot here, because the other variations are not working at all. So, is there a way for white to resist to not allow the ko? I don't see it. For the later parts of the variation, so let's go earlier. It would have to be at the first white response. Everything after that inevitably leads to ko. So here, white blocks instead. And then black cuts. And then white plays here. Then let's say I guess black needs to throw in there. And then white could play Atari, I, and black is failing. So it looks like after this one, and then white backs off here, then black should throw in directly, or maybe even earlier. Let's say here, there, here. If this one at that moment, and throw in, and throw in, it's dead. So there. It's a better response for white. Maybe just connect. Just connect, and then if black tries throw in, and white answers the outside, then black could answer over here somehow. But however he does, he has to answer over here without shorting any extra liberty, so that white still can't get this sente. That's excellent. That's excellent. Okay, that's very clear. In that case, black doesn't even need to shorten anything else. Black should immediately do that. So here is going to die for white. Of course. So what about here, and then white blocks, and then we try to cut, and then white says, I will reserve my sente, and then tries to make another eye over here. Okay, if we let this happen, it's not as acceptable ever. So white needs to use this sente first, have a clear eye, and then it's not working. So it looks like this one will make a ko eventually. Alright, let's go next. This is an unbalanced problem. It looks like it's balanced, except for these two, which changes things a lot. It means that we should not play a symmetrical move or anything like that. But we should try to target the left side much more than the right side, because the short liberties there will pay strongly. So immediate thought is some move on the outside here to really tighten the screws. Looks like this kind of move is going to be really strong. Where, yeah, let's do a little reading. If they connect and we push here, and they connect and we connect here, then they must answer on this side somehow. And it basically has to be the fill liberty variation. Okay, and then if you just fill liberties here, they can fix this cutting point, so at least saving. But they're going to get themselves in big trouble. We can then throw in an Atari, and then Atari and kill. So this fix dies. All the fixes over here shouldn't be good. I mean, I guess they could try fixing directly like this to keep the 3 outside liberties. If they do it like that, then we can get a ko like this with the throw in and underneath sequence. Okay, that's possible. And then also there's this one possible, which should be the stronger way there. Excuse me. Looks like that's a failure. Failure variation. So, I mean, it's nice that we can get all the way through here. But at the end there, it looks like you would have to just fall back to this move directly, and then cut and go underneath, which if they answer directly, we've actually shorted ourselves and killed ourselves. Okay, so that's a really dumb idea. Oh, so somehow, if you get everything over there, it's not quite enough yet. Maybe we need to use some extra resources from the right side earlier than I thought. So still, I feel like if I get this and connect here, that must be nearly optimal in terms of leaving them with the max amount of shortages and problems. So perhaps after that, we can directly cut now. Let's look at that. And then they need to Atari, and we can wedge and connect here. And then if they connect, we can Atari, like so. And then die. Right? I don't think it's working. Wait, can we Atari and then Atari? And then get the same kind of winning variation? Let me refresh my brain. I have a misreading possible. There. Connect is... No refresh. It's just dead. Ah, wait. So after here, what if we just cut? Then if they play this one, we have Atari. Stunning move. Which means if they answer this way, we can do that one. And they have to link up like that and Atari. And then we can link up through this. Very nice. However, they can extend instead, giving us more trouble. After that extend, we don't get to the Sente, so it's not as it's not as clear. It's not as good. This feels like it should be pretty easy to break down, but I guess easy is not guaranteed. I guess if you try to make ko, it shouldn't be very hard. But this doesn't feel like it should be only ko. This is more like a find the correct way to chase it all and use all the weaknesses without making a fool of yourself. Perhaps what you need to do is go ahead and exchange these things to short him, and then before continuing to exchange anything, which could be bad exchange, to directly try to fill this liberty. And then if they block here, several ways to continue. Just cut, possible. They play here. Capture, they play here. Not working. Cut here, here. Here. Not working. Let's see. It seems like after exchanging these two, there should be a good move. Maybe it's just like hit the elephant clamp. Let's say he just connects. Then we can cut here, and they can Atari us and try to connect under. But we're actually super strong to that, so it's not even close to working. Okay, so we do this, and they try to link underneath. I guess it's the worst idea I've had all day. Just cut. Terrible move by me to ask about, I guess. Is it? Because he could then connect. Wait, let me just make sure. I have those shorted and the others shorted. Can I just... Oh gosh, man. There. Okay. This punishes my problems with reading. I really struggle to use these kinds of Church of Liberty sequences that wrap back on to each other, so I don't know what exactly is the target. It's like switch back. This is like my most difficult type of problem, personally speaking. Like the category, the genre of tsumego, which I suck at the absolute most, is this one. So I'm really distrusting a lot of my deep reading here, where I'm checking these variations out, where I'm like elephant clamping here, and then they're playing a whole bunch of different moves that I struggle to, like, I'm sure when I check in real board, I'll look at them and be like, what the hell? Why did I not see this is just simply the Gravity 6, or simply the go after chase the 2 stones now, or something like that. I really struggle with this. So you know what? I'd like to give it another try, an honest try, but after, oh dear, we have another one. Yeah. After a small break to refresh and not get lost. And these are the things exactly that I need to train and get a lot better at. A lot better. So this is, again, nearly symmetrical, but we have filled in the extra liberty over here, so that matters a lot. It means that the bottom side is far more critical than the top side, so I expect the correct move to either be symmetrical or over here. In this case, it looks like the symmetry is so nice. Oh, we also took this liberty, which we did not take here. Oh, no, it's not exactly. So this side, we've targeted this more, and we've targeted that more. So it should be like these moves, I guess, still. Oh, jeez, man. Full reading still. Let's say I play here, and they attach, and I extend, and they play here. I want to turn, and they play here, and then they're super alive. That sucks. So attach and here and here. Then if I do this one, they can't super alive me. Oh, they can connect. Anyway, I guess these are pointless ideas, because after something, then I need to go and directly chase it. And kill those stones. Then he can Atari and Atari to cause me to literally capture them. But the problem is that after that, so let's say it's these 3 for those 3, and then black has to capture, and then white plays connect, then black must do that, and white plays connect, and black must do that, and white plays here. And black captures, but it doesn't matter. White can connect. So we actually need to be kind of bold with this. Even if we capture the left side, it's not enough, not big enough. Okay, I'm liking the look of these ones more now, where if he attaches, then we can hane, no matter what. And we're always going to chase something. So if he like it cuts or ataris, then we atari and kill it. Because the shortage over there. So we hane no matter what, and then they need to save. They need to extend. So either hane, they need to extend. We can pick the one which works for us, whichever that will be. We are getting in like trouble to some extent with our group. So we can't just like connect. Well, I guess maybe here, this one we might be able to connect. No, they're still gonna live. We cannot just connect after such a bold plan of action. You have to directly go and break the space for them and rely on double Atari to link back, but these things are just not good. And how about the other one? Looks like it's also just not good. There. Cut. No, that one is more playable, isn't it? Cut. But the problem is that the area is not playable. It's even worse. Okay. It's really tough. There. Strong method of approach. So what if we do some stronger stuff on the other side? So here attach hane, if cut then atari, and cut like that. In that case, then it looks like white is dead. So here, hane, here. There's no resistance at that point, right? White could try to switch back. So there is some resistance, but it looks like it will not work. No, it will not. So after this one in hane, they're gonna need to do the safety thing, and then we can dive down, and maybe it'll be stronger. They're still not strong on that side. How about the other side? Still not strong. There is a chance. So here, attach hane, extend, push, cut, atari. That's the best chance that we've seen yet, I think, making a kill. Where afterwards, when white plays here, we're just like barely shy of making something real happen. Still quite shy, actually. Here, 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 here. Seriously, it's super nothing, actually. Wow. Here, here. Yeah. This might be too tough for me as well. Darn, man. I wish I had a lead. You have to go in and be aggressive, but it's not working. I can't get aggressive enough to actually stop them from making a space. All the time. They can get any two of these moves. There's no way for me to stop. Like, they get one of these as Miai, and then after that they get one of the other things as Miai. So basically I need to ask if they're gonna get, you know, a center move and an extend, and I get 3 moves in a row, which one can I kill? And why? It seems nearly impossible to kill any of them, even with 3 moves in a row. I don't, like... Did that make sense, by the way? Because to me it's making perfect sense. No matter what, these are Miai, and after that, whichever one, they're going to take the extend after that. So we can put, like, here and here on the board, and then say, black can play 3 moves, the 1 and 3 and 5, wherever he wants. And presumably, like, they'll be here and here. But that's even just free up the restrictions from this, because this one is clearly dead, clearly alive. I mean, clearly impossible now. But let's free up those restrictions and say you can put any 3 moves anywhere. Can you even kill at that point? I don't think so. I think this is the resilient part, right? In this case, white fixed a very strong part of their shape. So it's like probably the only one we can kill is the one where white is getting these 2. But how are you gonna get 3 moves that kill this? It doesn't make any sense. What 3 moves? Are we looking at like here, here, here? These 3 moves? Maybe. You know, this might be the answer. It's so tough, actually. But this one should be working. After white plays here, black throws in, white connects, black captures, white connects, black plays here, white plays here, black plays this one, white plays here, black plays here. Insane problem. Bonkers problem. I think I've got it though. Oh, sorry. I misclick. I meant this one. No, 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 no. I'm not supposed to fill that. Sorry, sorry, sorry. You're supposed to play here. That's the right answer. There's definitely something I can learn from this. Also, I like misentered the solution, but I understood it in my brain. If I would take 2 seconds to actually think on each move, then I'm sure I can enter that right. But the main part was like, how am I beating their defense? And it took me so long to realize their defense, and then so long to realize what I could attack against it. Wow. Insane problem. Unbelievable problem. Let's go back. Let's do the learning after we do this one. Or should I? Should I learn first? Maybe this one will teach me how to do the previous problem. What did we learn? We learned... Okay, what we learned is when we're trying to play in like the open space next to cutting points, the opponent cares a lot about what they get to fix. And I knew that playing over here, intuitively, I knew that that was correct. And I didn't know why. I didn't know why that this one should be better. I knew that it should be like these moves, and I knew that this one, I had a feeling in my chest. Oh, this is the right answer. I know the shortage liberties are more acute here, but it doesn't actually mean that you should play here necessarily, except it does. Because whichever way you play, they're going to defend their part of the area. So I was thinking like, oh, they get to defend the part of the area which is like less in trouble, and maybe that's helping them. So that's why I said maybe, you know, I can be more open. But no. What they want to do is they want to defend the area here where they are the most in trouble, if at all possible. And if they get to do that, then they're going to get actually a lot more thickness from it, if they get to thicken that area effectively. And they do get to thicken that area effectively with all the open space here. They get to make a strong shape because they have so many, you know, so many moves. We only get to play as many moves as they do, and there's so much space. They have so many moves here. So the key was force them to defend the thickest area and then go after it. Go after the thin area and then let the thick area naturally fall apart. Okay. So when it comes to liberty defenses, okay. When we must allow them to make a thick shape, when we must allow a thick shape and kill through it, allow a thick shape and kill through, we must give the thick shape to the strongest part, to their strongest part, to make the deepest inroads. Deepest and most powerful inroads ourselves. Yeah, I can see now. I can see now how this one is this way. Let's see what they have to say about it. What does the book say? The white group can only connect laterally at a position 1 line higher than the enemy stones with no other options. This position is then occupied by the black group. The white stones will inevitably become a dead group. Yeah, so white must play here, agreed. I don't think there's a good choice to try to link up through this stuff. This is all super doomed in general. Wait, stretch is good technique, true. Resilient technique. No. What am I doing? You have to connect here first, and then you do this. Yes. It's just, I still need to read in the deeper parts of this problem, which is disturbing, but You should never think needing to read is a big problem with your solution, I guess. Yeah, anyway, it was nice. They don't have any other comments. Okay, so let's try to solve this one. You're back here. So now we know if we allow this part to thicken, it's unacceptable. We must make the strong inroads towards this part and then allow this part to thicken, allow that part to thicken. That is the general strategy. Okay. Well, all well said, but how do you do it? That's the hard part. Bum, bum, ba-dee-um. If you just cut here, then Atari can capture block. Should be alive easily, right? Not that easy. Here, then what does white do? White backs off here. Black plays here. White plays this one. Black plays here. White plays here, and then white is alive. Finally, tough, but alive. I'm sure there's an easier way. But there doesn't actually have to be easy ways to do stuff that you can do in this game. I'm learning from this. Easy ways do not always exist. As I've learned in games, of course. But it's so tough because you can't make a Nikata. The shape is just too small. I don't know what you're supposed to do about it. You can't make a Nikata. You can't link. Like, what's the point? What are we doing? I don't even see an objective for this problem. Not really. There must be a timing that we can like switch back or some magical switching, but I just cannot find. I don't know. I give up on that one, I think. Let's go back to the beginning where we thought we had a solution. Or did I give up on this one too? Oh, I gave up on this one too. Darn, man. I know it must be here first, but then I couldn't find a move. Maybe it's N19. But after block, aren't we just failed? There. No, we aren't actually. It's just simple block. Okay, wait. N19 is very serious. Is N19 just working? Am I dumb? No? It's not working. I guess I'm dumb now. Oh. What is 4, man? I thought R18. This doesn't even make sense. What do you even want from me to showcase this? Wait, what could you actually want from this variation? 3, 4, 5, 6. What? What is happening? Clearly alive now, right? In co. Alright, what are we supposed to do now? Alright, this was my first reading, right? Do you guys remember? This is my very first reading. Oh, if you exchange it and then play the N19, that's the way to stop the thing. So of course they still get that right. But now, because we exchanged this first, now it's the clearly defined shape where we do this. Ah, I just didn't know about that. Did not know about this N19 being broken, being an overpowered shape. What do we do here? Oh, we just play this one. It's broken. It's broken. Ah, man. So this N19 kills that shape. This is just like this problem is literally it's they've complicated it, but it's literally just this problem, which I thought was unsolvable because I read the N18 not working, and I did not realize that. Oh, and I should just clarify this part, right? Whatever, just add some moves like this. Yeah, it's this problem. The question is, can you kill this group? And I thought no, and that's how I got stuck. But actually, you can. You can just play N19 now, and then it's dead. Man, okay. This is just one that I need to have in my pocket, that I know this shape. The N19 can kill that. And I need to have like the N19 move as a candidate to be much more serious in my brain as well. I thought it's like not as serious of an I-shape breaking as O18. But it's a serious I-shape breaking move, particularly in the sense that it's like stopping the Seki. So that, okay, when N19 is useful to white to make the Seki shapes, then N19 is useful to black, and it's worth consideration to put it down directly. It can be just as valuable an I-shape break as any other. This is all I learned here. I just totally underestimated N19 as being of value. So breaking Seki is I-shape value. Breaking Seki shapes can give moves I-shape vital point value. All right, and if I have this, yeah, if I have this here as a move that could work here, then I should be able to find it as well and agree with it. I think I'll always remember as well from just how much I struggled on so many dumb things and like wishing there was something there. And yeah, I could have just used this very simple move. Yeah. It's so easy too. All right. And then this one was easy. Here we thought it was ko. Oh. White used 2. I didn't even think of 2 first as a move. That's a sick move. Let's see what they say. This is a variation of white group's tiger's mouth block. How should one attack? Oh, so this is a variation of the block here. So if block, then we wanted to throw in directly. But here they did this one first, so I guess we probably still have to throw in directly. But now if we throw in directly and they do that one, then we do that, and they answer and we do that. Their point is like that they've stopped us from, so they're gonna make an eye over here and have this eye be natural for them. That is sick. Seriously? So when I play here, they're gonna play here. That can't be alive. It cannot be. So here, throw in Atari. Wait. Here. Wait. Here. Here. No, not working. Ah! Man. Alright. Let's lock in again. What a great resistance. This too, I could not think of it being strong, although I recognized it as being a I-shape, but I didn't think that this could be an acceptable like first move for white, just to instantly put it down and say, come at me, bro. It's so strong. I don't know. No, it didn't work. I'm just lazy. White group block is vital point. Yeah, I agreed. Oh, they found another vital point. That should do it for me on this problem. Like, I think it's... I got smashed by this answer. This answer also completely unexpected. What the hell? What is going on here? The white group should occupy the first diagram position in this diagram, while black must play cautiously. Black's lower move has two responses, both being similar to CG. What? What do I even do? Oh. No? Not enough? No? No? You want this one again? And then, oh, sorry, I have to Atari first, and then I can do the other thing. Ah, okay. I read this variation. I think. What? Wait, I'm not sure I read it correctly. This one was not in my book here. What? This order? Oh my gosh. Oh gosh. We come back. We come back to look at this. We just look at the answer here. Failure diagram. Okay, this one is not correct. This is also not correct. No wonder. This is also not correct. This is the only one which is correct. Wait, what? What? How can this one be the correct one? Not the co. White group connect is strong move. Serious? Alright, so here we can do this. That was an easy read after that. I don't know if the connect is really such a strong move. But what is this? If they go here, you just say that's enough reduction, GG. If they play on this side, then you say, oh, I can come in somehow. It's not clear, man. Ah, but you come in. Okay, as long as you can come in all that way, it's good enough. It turned out they were liberty shorting on the other side. But how would how is this side the weak one? I filled all the liberties over here, and this side is the weak one? That doesn't make sense. It's not that it's that weak. Like, this is a stronger sequence. This was also working. Oh, but you have to come back this way immediately. And then the idea is like here. No. Here is just self-Atari. Duh. Then the idea is if they capture, then we play capture, and they're still dead. Gosh, man. I'm such a small brain compared to these problems. What? At least we solved this one. Okay. Stuff to learn here. White group connect is not a strong move. I disagree. Why is white 6 Atari something notable? Isn't that the only way that we could ever... Black group first cut, wait 6 Atari, some word. I have no idea why this could ever be notable. Literally no idea why that matters enough to speak about. Okay, well, a few moves which I'm too small brain to look at this session. Off of my candidate list. And I learned the wrong lesson from the last problem to apply here. I thought it meant I must play these moves, which I read is not working, and then since I read them as not working, they are not working. That is how it works. Yeah? Yeah? I read something like this. Yeah, and I knew this kind of thing should not be that good. I guess it can be co. Always, but this was also not effective because it doesn't. How is this really an effective infiltration, man? That's so nuts. On both counts, it's effective. Wow, man. Okay. Don't be small-minded to the candidate moves. Right. Be inclusive to candidate moves with your intention. And it's critical here that yeah, I couldn't get myself several attempts, and so it was really important that like several aims, several targets. It should be like this is a so this is a genre of large empty space with cuts similar to the other genre. In the other genre, it is important to push white to be thick where they're thick so that they could be small enough. In this case, white is already small enough as long as we can just break in basically at all effectively. Aha. So the reason why O18 is correct is because O18 is the only move to keep max breaking power all the time towards every direction. And like it also forces them to be stronger in the smaller area. So it's really about forcing them to the smallest area when they want to fall back. So for breaking, For large space break problems. Large space break problems. Break enough and break it as strong as possible, and break it strongly to be effective. So, you know, there are several things. I need to have all the candidate moves on my list, and I need to like make this one my main candidate. Lots of things to learn from this. Okay. And now we have to learn from this one. Then we can head for the hills. What to learn here? Okay, I'm glad I knew about this one being good. I had no idea about these two moves being good. Both of those are sick moves. Where white is, yeah, coming back. Push here had to be done. And then short them. Wow. So it's their back off for I shape in both cases here. Okay. That's always what's happening when you're breaking the I space. Yeah. Don't candidate moves. Don't ignore candidate moves. Triple underlined. Don't ignore candidate moves. Particularly I shape. Yeah, I shape value can warp the required goals. Warp the goals of the other player. Forcing liberty shortage or other genre. Sometimes good, sometimes not. Yeah, I think in this one I had, I had a covariation. So if it went here, it was not co, because this is not a co. That was clean dead. What did I have? I just didn't have this move. So here is, yeah, clear. The cut is a mistake, indeed. You have to throw into this. This is nuts. Gorgeous. Use this 7 first and then play here. Gorgeous. This one, big failure. Now they can prevent you from doing that because it's a Tarid. Now they made ko. By the black 7-8 suicide, they form co-fight, which was unnecessary here. Yeah. And if here, yeah, you cannot form the same shape. In this case, it's only ko, black fail. Wow. You have to use the liberty shortage immediately, and then it's gonna work very easily, but wow. Yeah, if they try connecting like this, just playing here probably is good. White died. Here, there. Was it only this one now, and then only... No. Not even... Wait. And then only here to short it first. And if you just go after the Atari right away, then again they're going to try to make their eye, so you can't even do that. And it's not a good cutting timing. Oh, you can do this. Wait, and they make their eye, and then you Atari, double Atari. Gosh, man, gosh. Even the end after the solution, I didn't even evaluate it right. Gosh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, done. This problem is wild. So many different uses of all the different ajis. It's very much a physical reading problem. You have to know, I'm going to go there, he's going to go there, I'm going to go there, he's going to go there. Properly intense. Wow. Wow. Not even... It's not even... This is the one where you have to use the shortage right away, and you can't do the shortage here. What does it say? Now stretch has... So I'm presuming they say no liberty shortage use. Stretching now is useless, yeah. Sick, man. It's this variation where you have to go. Holy cow. This problem is nuts. I can't believe they put it right next to this problem, which is super not nuts. Very not nuts. And this one is insane. Gosh, this is actually just super hard. Actually just reading practice. I mean, I got the first move. I did not understand to look for all these counter resources for white. And so that's the main thing that I'm learning here, is that each of these things is worth examining and trying to be a physical reader for. Yeah, okay. I the main problem for my problem solving process today was too much intuition in places where I really don't have the knowledge to be using my intuition to discard moves. So yeah, I need to, each move that has a serious chance, I need to be reading it seriously, or like including it seriously in my thought process. I can refine that. Okay. We gotta take some steps back to be more realistic here. So fortunately, we have the final chapter, big 24 problem bonanza, which seems to average 5+ for rank. So I'll probably do 4 of these per day. That'll be good enough. Thanks for watching. you stuck around all this way. Well done. And may the great reading be with you. Give it up. Bye-bye.